Okay, so I'm back. Yeah. Guess who's back? Right. So I found a mistake. I was deleting from 1 to the pos of the hash minus 1. You only copy to the pos of something minus 1. You delete that and including the hash. So I don't think might have helped. I don't. We'll try it again anyway and see. So we've got to delete when we're reading from the string. The string's going to have all the hashtags in and the number right at the end. Remember, of all of these things joined to all of the player fields joined to the player. It's going to have the school name, then a hashtag, then the player name, then the hashtag, then the team name, then the hashtag, and then the player ID. This is what I've set it up when I was filling the combo box in the on-show event. So if you look at the on-show event, how I filled that combo box up. It was a school hashtag player, hashtag team, hashtag, and then that whole line was joined together and added to our combo box. So let's see what will happen now. I go to edit player. I know all the others are working. Let's go to far first and then choose a name. You see there's one. We delete that hashtag and then we delete the next hashtag and then we delete it, and we should be left with a number. And I click on edit game. So then it's fine. So, but we have to choose something there first. So choose first player. Oops. First player. I have to reset that. So I'm on this one. So player ID should now be 4. I want that person, Tom from VP, which was Jane at VP. And now I'm going to edit game and we're in this row there. So that one should change to 4. And it does. I think. Was I row 5? Okay, now I'm row 5 again. Second player, player ID 2, so row 5. Edit game. Row 5 is now 6, so that's fine. That does work, except that this mechanism doesn't work here. This should be cleared to item index of -1. That combo box should be cleared when we exit this RDD change game in the edit game event. That button after we've edited the game, so we should change. Oops. Oh, I don't know where I am now anymore. RDD change game in edit game must be defaulted to -1, the item index. So we will do that. Oops, now I've lost it again. That's what happens when you have too much code, eh? That's end of case. Okay, RDG change game dot item index item index colon equals -1, and then you know that the radio group box will be thing. So you have to give a note in this program. You have to say click on a row inside the row, and you have to tell them that they must tell the user they have to click on the row, and you have to give a message over there, and then then they must read what's there, and if they want to change a winner, then they have to go here and take note of the winner ID there. If you want to change it to a different ID, choose the different ID, make sure that it is in the the same. It's either Julie or Sizwe. So we have to choose Julie or Sizwe. Sizwe was one. Now what if you want to change to Julie? And then you got to do that and click on edit game. So number 3, field winner not found. Okay, so I've obviously had a winner ID. Sorry, it's winner ID. So that's the spelling of the field itself. Winner ID, player ID 1, obviously. So go to run program reset if you cannot close your program. So that was the only problem there. So anyway, so that's that. I'm not going to do any more of that. You can fix your program up, and then we go to delete game. Now delete game is going to be similar but much easier, because all we're going to do is display. Maybe we'll display it in a panel just to be fun, just to make it more challenging. In the panel we'll put a caption, a label, should I say, a label, and I'll give the label a name, because we're going to put output onto the label, and I'll call that, we still haven't done text files there, LBL out. Get rid of your caption of your panel. We still have to do text files. So remind me. So we can use text files in the reports. So LBL out, and I'm positioning this label up top there because we're going to have a #13 to add lines to the. You cannot use #13 on the caption of a panel, unfortunately. And then we'll have a button that will display a message. Are we sure you want to delete? BTN delete. So they'll check that, and in the button we will ask a question. Show message. Oh, message DLG. Message DLG. If message DLG, message dialog, the message we want, are you sure you want to delete? Question mark. And then empty warning. Empty warning comes next. I always forget this, I might get this wrong. And then we put in square brackets MB yes, and then MB no, because these are the MB yes, MB no, and that, and then a naught. If that equals MR no, then we will exit. So let's see if that works, because I do sometimes get this wrong. MB yes, MB no. MB means it's going to have a picture of a yes word or a no word, and let's hope this works. So there it is, and if you say yes, then if it say no, then the procedure will exit. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click on one of these rows there, and then display the details here, and then decide whether you're going to delete or not. So it's going to be similar to the previous one, except, well, we do have to go and get the names of the people as well. So I will copy and paste code. Edit game, which is going to be copied and pasted from this database grid, doing the similar thing. So why should I reinvent the wheel when we have to have all this code that we have to copy and paste? I must remember, I must go and put the, so it's going to be the same thing where we're going to do an on show event or on click event on cell click. Oops. Confirmation, really good, cell click. Oh, great. Right. Oh, there it is. Oh, it is there already. Okay, let's just delete it and then try again. Cannot find implementation. Wow. After all that copying and pasting I did, now I can't find implementation. This could happen to you. So db grid cell, okay, because that procedure's there already. I have to delete it, the header, and then try again. Okay, that's even worse. This one is working. Grid 5 click, the delete game, the on cell click. No, it's fine now. Okay, that copy and paste still worked. So it was, and then I must put an end here for end of using the data module. So what we have here is the caption. What we're going to do is put in the caption. Instead of rich edit.lines.add, we've got to go and put something in the caption. So it's going to be a little bit more confusing. Or we can do the following instead of, yeah. So it's what is the caption called? It's called LBL out. LBL out dot caption colon equals, and then we just add a hash 13 to that, to the end of that line, and then we'll add another hash 13. Oops, 2 lines. Going to delete. So now we're going to do the following. We're going to say lbl out dot caption equals the previous lbl out dot caption plus date of game and then we will go to, so we have the game date, okay, fine, and it was date to string, and then we join that to a hash 13, join that to the venue. Hash 13 means it's going to go into a new line, and then join that to a hash 13, and then join that to sdraw. Now remember, we took sdraw previously. We read what sdraw was. If it was true, then we're doing that. And then we've got the game ID, which we will use later on, I think. Do we use it here? No, well, anyway. We're actually not going to use it here, but never mind. Then over here, we're going to say, remember that we are joining a caption to a caption that already exists. So over here, caption, join that to, and after the sdraw we should have another hash 13, and then we're joining that, the player, at, and then instead of saying at, I'm going to use a hash 13 here, plus hash 13, plus, and then I'll write the word school. Okay, and then we will join that to a hash 13, and then join that to team, and there we have it. Now I'm going to run to see if it's actually work, if it's any, this is a thingy. Okay. And here's something that's missing with a P for procedure. Right, run. Okay, let's see what other sdraw. Oh, I've got to make a variable called sdraw before I go and copy that other stuff down to the other options of player ID and 1 and player ID 2 and so on. Obviously I have to get rid of that. Okay, so there is a problem with it. So lb_out.caption equals previous plus date of game plus date to string tbl game. Oh, close the bracket off here and then join that to #30 in the venue. So that should be okay. Oh, IS1. Okay, IS1, IS2 win and be found. Okay, all these things. IS1, 2 win colon integer and be found colon boolean. Run again to see if it actually is going to work. TBL player team brackets not required there. Okay, so that syntax is all correct, and I have to basically replace all of this where the rich edits are here and just change certain things. Or maybe not even. Yes, change things. First player, second player. And winner. So let's see if it actually works. And then the delete will be very, very simple indeed. So we're going to click here, and there's the whole game. Date of game, venue, someone won, first player, oops, school, team, B, second player, John. Why is first player coming up before that? The date of game, the venue, someone won. Then first player, then school, then team, and then another school again. It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me at all, at all. Oh, I know why. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know what that is. That is the venue is draw, date, game, venue, and then player 1. First player is that in that team. And then I have to say LBL out dot caption, and we have to add an #13 at the end of each one, plus #13 plus #13, and put the LBL out dot caption must have a heading saying this is the winner now, plus the word winner. Wait, no, second player plus #13, and yeah, colon equals. So is getting this, that is going to be setting up the heading on top of each of the. So that's first player must be displayed, so it's a very large label, and then the winner heading, sort of like having the heading before you go and display all the details about that. Now I'm going to make sure that this label is what's the name, large enough to cope with everything. So let's go and run it and see. So delete is pretty easy. And when you click on that, then you'll see that all the details are displayed here. The winner, the team A. So the second player is that person. The winner is that person. And obviously you have to format it better so that you have like indentation and so on. And yeah, it's very important. Maybe even having two, I think having two hashtags instead of putting this in, because you've really got that the word second player there. We've already got the second player words 1, 3. So we have just a blank line instead of where's player 1? Guess maybe I didn't put it in. Okay, let's just see what it looks like. Okay, when you want to delete, we've got to click on there. And oh, there's 2 lines now. Oh, it is 2 lines, isn't it? Date of game. First player. Oh, first player. Oh, gosh. Okay. Date of game, game ID, game to delete, plus #13. Okay. I don't need that one there. And from what I see, I don't need both of those there. And over there, I don't need a line. An empty line is better. So you've got to play around with your display to make sure that it's all working. And we click on one, and then we see game to delete, that and that and that. First game was a draw. First player, Judy, school, college, team A. Second player, winner. So I could maybe introduce one more line before I put in the first player thing. So this is how you would be managing your display. And all of that counts towards marks for your display. Right, so when you want to delete, so as I noticed that actually we could do the following. We could make that even larger like that. And then the delete button, all you have to do is TBL. Oh, what is the name of the data module? Conchess. What? No, it's not Conchess. The name is this. Yeah, that's the connection component. The name is over here in the properties of this form for the data model chess DM. It's called DM games. DM games dot tbl game dot delete. That's it. But of course, what do? We've got to refresh everything, and using the on show event of the form, and it's only those few things. And of course, after deleting, you do that. Now this is where I've now used the with DM games, and there I didn't use it. So let's go and delete. Oops. Now what? Eyes. Oh. How come it? Oh, I didn't put that in before. Right. So I would say that's a wrap, but not for the PAT. We haven't done text files yet. You can actually save this to a text file. It would be quite a good idea. So you have a list of all the deleted games. And sometimes it helps to keep that on a text file format for possible problems. So when you delete, are you sure you want to delete? When you say yes, then it will delete. So let's say I want to delete this one. Delete, yes. And I'm now going to delete my EDT venue ones. Delete, yes. And then this one, EDT venue, is not right. And it was, winner was, the game was a draw. True, okay, fine. Second player, player team B. Now, we just didn't display the winner if it was a draw, did we? No. So, because we had some code here, I remember we did in the last one, where in the on-click event of this, oh wait, in the delete button, sorry, was the delete? No, it wasn't the delete button. In the on-show event of the database grid, we've only got player 1 and player 2. So where's my winner? What happened to my winner? Did I delete that code? Oh no, wait, there it is, there it is. In the game was a draw. That's strange that they didn't put it in. If like, oh no, wait. Oh, there wasn't any winner. Okay. I win. So I win is taking, is the winner ID, and if it's naught, well, you can't find it in the player ID, the player table. So that's why nothing was displayed for the winner. So that worked out perfectly fine. Right, so now let's get on to reports. Now reports would be queries and rich edits. We want to find out who won overall. That's the whole game. We want to see who was the team that won. And I'm getting a rich edit here. I'm not sure why, but I'm doing it. I'm getting a rich edit because normally when you have reports, we have rich edits already display. And of course, go and clear your lines. Go to the lines and clear them with the backspace key, and set the. You've got to do this every time you have a rich edit. Set scroll bars to both. If you don't do that, then your rich edit just messed up. Sorry about that. Right. Oh, we were going to save this onto a text file. Hey, the details from LBL out. Okay, we can do it while we delete as well. So we delete and then we also save it to the text file. So how do we do that? We have a text file variable, tfile, and then we have sline, and we're going to see if the text file exists. If file exists, and it's called save delete dot save deleted games dot txt. Then we will do the following. We will assign file tfile to save deleted games dot txt, and we will also put it in append mode, append tfile, and then we will go and get our lines to read. Else, if it doesn't exist, oops, this is what you need to do if you're going to write to a text file. Else begin and end, we assign the text file, but we'll put it in rewrite mode. In other words, rewrite will create it totally from scratch, but it has to be begin and end. Oh my word. So, and we put in append mode, so assign file and rewrite if it doesn't exist, and append if it does exist. And now then we can write to the text file. Now we don't have to do it separately, we can just leave it like that and then write to the text file here. Now, of course, we've got this big long line. We've got this big label with the string in it, with all those hash 13s, and that's going to be impossible to actually, it's not impossible. We're just going to write ln, that's all. So S line will be LBL, whatever is that name of that label, LBL out dot caption, that whole thing, and we will write ln to T file. We'll write S line to it, and then we will close file. If you don't put close file, you won't be able to write anything. So that's what that will do. So you can see it. When we're deleting, we want to save our deletion. So when we click btn delete, we say yes, and it's going to write to the text file, and we'll go look in the folder on the there it is, save deleted games. There it is. And then of course we should actually write a line after each one, hey? So let's go and modify that code so we can write a line after each saved deleted game. Oops. Write ln T file, and let's just write like such, and that's it. So that will separate each game from the other, each deleted game from the other. Right, so that's writing to a text file. Now what about reading from a text file? File, save all. Now when we do reports, we actually want to know who actually won a match, don't we? We know we set this up, and if we look at our database carefully, we'll see that we have winners, and their winners come from schools. The name, so the winners are in the game table, 4 and 3. In this case there's only 2. What if we added another winner here, and then we added another one, let's make it 4, whatever, and wait, now the winner has to be either 2 or 4, hey? So let's make that 2, and let's make this 1. So we have these games played, and this was not a draw. So I've just changed that table so I can go and look up all the winner IDs and see where they come from and count the number of winner IDs that there are. So the whole point is to look up this number of schools, I mean how many schools there were that were winners. And also we need to read from text files and work with that as well. We need to read from text file data. So we saved something into a text file, we've used arrays, and now we also have to read from text files and either add it to a database or put them into arrays and do manipulation with that. There's numerous things we can do. I know we wrote those saved games to a text file, so that's okay. When we add a game, we can go and read from text files. It can be very complicated. We've already added our game. That was complicated enough. So not 100% sure what I'm going to do about text files from reading from a text file, unless there's a text file with a whole list of schools that won, and then we count how many schools, but we can also count, and that would be a separate thing altogether, but we can also count how many schools won from our database. So yeah, anyway, for now I'm going to think about it, and I'll get back to you soon.